investigations. How may we serve you?
Would you please not make a U-turn into a 40-year-old murder case?
Maybe they're trying to kill me, but they're just lousy shots.
I'd like to be in the Air Force.
No.
No?
I'm Colonel Arnold C. Wright.
Ah, man, come on, Pancho. What's wrong with you? Oh. We survived this mystery. Would you change your hobby?
And not try to solve the Black Dahlia?
Didn't, that's all, folks.
Guy. Okay, so Sable Hill couldn't have been at the studio club that Wednesday morning because according to Maria Teresa's sworn statement, she was supposed to be at the photo session at 9:45 a.m. So that begs the question then, why did Colonel Albert Steele say that he saw her in the lobby at 11 a.m.? Boy, I sure would have liked to have gotten crap that guy Steele. I think he was probably lying through his teeth. I'm surprised they didn't grill him on the very point, aren't you? E.L.?
Huh? Grill the Colonel, right? They say, Lionel, would you do me a favor? Don't stir up the dust on those old news clippings, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you
Tell
very much.
Mr. Laws about that. Of course, Steele is dead, and it's just another loose end that doesn't fit. E.L.?
Huh? Well, loose ends never fit, Lionel. That's why they call them loose ends. Boy, the racing form is really a treasure hunt this morning. There's nothing, not a thing. I don't know, maybe this filly in the 6th. Triangulation. What do you think?
I think that maybe Sable Hill wasn't at the studio at 9:45 a.m. Of course, everybody's dead, and there's no way to prove that.
Should I get down on this horse?
Wait a minute. I may be onto something there. Let's assume that she wasn't at the photo session. After all, it would have been very easy for Claude Roclair to lie for. He loved her, and after lying to the cops, he couldn't very easily have changed his story. So, okay, let's say she wasn't at the photo session. Let's say she was at the studio club, that Albert Steele saw her like he said he did. And that would put her approximately in the vicinity of Jiggs Duran, who could have picked her up, killed her, and dumped the body in Hanson Dam.
I'm gonna bet this horse triangulation.
Bet with the bookie, that's against the law. E.L., this is what I get afraid of, that when business is slow, you're gonna try one of these fast scores.
Betting on a horse is a fast score? Come on, Lionel, give me a break, will you? I mean, it's better than trying to figure out who killed Sable Hill. Shh. I mean, in this case, it's 40 years old. Everybody involved in it is either in the heart class or stuck trying to figure out what they had for breakfast.
Not Mr. Laws, he's sharp as a tack.
Well, look at the names you got here. Claude Roclair, Jiggs Duran,
Colonel Albert Steele, Marisa Teresa Valdez, the immortal Lieutenant Laws. Sounds like a guest cast list for Saturday morning cartoons.
It's easy to make fun,
No, it is not easy to make fun, my friend. It's very tough. You see, these clippings happen to make... Ah, shoot! They make you sneeze.
It's a hobby.
Hobby?
E.L. It's never going to get solved. It's just for fun. You like the horse races? I like old mysteries.
It's been exciting back in the 40s. Nothing like the Sable Hill killings happened today. It was murder with a certain amount of romance. Now all the killings are dirty little things in back alleys with no witnesses, usually committed by street gangs with zip guns.
Hey, E.L.
You okay? Huh?
You okay?
Yeah. They tried to kill me.
Yeah, but why?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I do. Sounds like bull.
But it's exactly what happened, officer. I don't know who, I don't know why. All I know is I'm a legitimate businessman trying to make it in a difficult inflationary economy.
Ain't I seen you around, Turner?
Officer, I must say no, unless you're involved, of course, in the United Crusade. I'm down there a lot, you know?
But you got a record, ain't you? Some kind of $2 Sharpie?
Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. This man was shot at and he was almost killed. And I don't think you have any right to talk to him that way. We pay your salary. You're working for us.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. This is a hot new idea for me. You guys pay my salary? Well, holy moly. I always thought it was the city. Well, who's me? I hope you don't get my badge or anything.
Then you can save the sarcasm. He told you what happened, and I don't think his prior mistakes have anything to do with anything. He's straight now. He paid his debt to society.
That's right, all paid up.
Let me explain it to you, Mr. Whitney. When you are dealing with your criminal element, they have a nasty habit of getting into little squabbles over what we police like to call the loot. And when that happens, Mr. Whitney, sir, they often settle up by gunning themselves down in alleys.
Well, sir, Mr. Bogart, if I may say, in this case, that theory does not apply. I'm certainly not involved in any illegitimate operation. When I was in prison, one thing I learned, we have a system out here. And, well, darn it, sir, it's a darn good system. It's called a capitalistic system. And with a little effort, a little hard work, the system can work for you. And, well, if I must say, that's what a true reward of life really is, sir.
Yeah. You sure got me convinced there, Turner.
Yes, sir, you do.
And I better get out of here before I get all teary and make a silly Billy out of myself.
Yes, sir.
We expect your best efforts in solving this case. We're detectives, and we'll be watching the results very closely.
I told you we shouldn't have called in the cops. And we got some gum-dum with sore feet.
Bogart, badge number.
What are we doing? Oh, we filing a complaint? Is that
462.
what we're
You
doing?
bet your life we are.
Don't do me any favors, thank you.
The police aren't supposed to insult people and make them feel like criminals. Mr. Laws would have that man thrown off the force.
Yeah, well, it's too bad Laws is thrown off the force. I mean, we could use his juice.
He wasn't thrown off the force. He was a pensioner. He was retired with honors.
Can we go get something to eat? I mean, a beer, anything.
That makes me very mad.
Yeah, well, I'm bummed out, too. It's no fun being a target. Well, I don't know, Lionel. 11 civil servants are really the pits today. It's terrible. I mean, I'm the one who got shot at, right? You know, all this bozo can do is peg insults at me. Don't let up. You make one little mistake, and he got you on the foot forever.
E.L., I have just one little question to ask.
Sure, buddy. At least you trust me, right?
Right, I do. But just to kind of set the record straight,
yeah.
and I don't want you to think that I'm judging you, or that I'm...
Am I on the con? Is that the question, Lionel? Are you asking poor old E.L. if he's out scamming pocketbooks off little old ladies or holding up markets, just like that flatfoot who growled at me, accusing me through distrustful eyes? Are you asking me to answer that same old tired question one more time, Lionel?
That's what I was...
Yeah.
Okay, listen, I trust you. You're clean, we both know it, so that's the case, that's it. Okay. The question is, who's trying to kill you? That's the question. Maybe it's an old enemy. Maybe it's somebody who's gotten out of jail carrying a grudge or something.
Yeah. No, 'cause I usually like to leave my marks very clean, you know?
Usually.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know, I used to. I like them to think I'm either dead or something. It's an important part of the con. That the mark does not walk away hot holding a grudge.
Okay, well, then who?
Well, this is gonna sound kind of silly, but what you were saying about kids with zip guns and street murders, as opposed to the wonderfully dramatic, real murders of the 40s?
Well, what I was saying wasn't quite that.
Well, what I was thinking, well, maybe that's it. Maybe just some hopped up kids out joyriding, you know, shooting out of windows. And what if there's no reason, right? And what if we just dodged a random bullet? End of story, no repeat performance.
Well, you know, it does happen.
It happens a lot it happens. I mean, some yo-yo scored some dust and decides to blow away an honest Joe.
You're the honest Joe?
What do you think? I mean, really, what do you think? I mean, we're not working on a case. I'm not on the con.
You're probably right. That's probably...
Of course I'm right. So we'll just be careful for the next couple of days, okay?
Feeling better already. Dan, can we have a couple more beers here? Thank you.
If one of those beers would happen to fall, 98 bottles of beer on the wall, 98 bottles, that's it on the wall, 98 bottles of beer. If one of those bottles should happen to fall, 97 bottles of beer on the wall, 96 bottles of beer on the wall, 97 bottles of beer. If one of those bottles should happen to fall, 96 bottles of beer on the wall, 96 bottles of beer on the wall, 96 bottles of beer on the wall.
You all right? Yeah. Well, so much for that theory. Let's get out of here.
Hey, Turner, I'm not calling you a liar. Maybe he was one of the guys from down the United Crusade. Maybe he thought you were hogging the neighborhood collection sheets, getting all the glory. What do you think about that?
You know, we could get very tired of your sarcasm.
I want you to tell me when that happens so I can instantly cut back on it. Until that time, let's stay with the second attempt. There's enough lead in that alley to issue a reclamation contract. Looked like they were using machine guns. Whoever it is, Turner, wants you pretty bad. I pulled your package. I got curious. Got some neat little deals in there. I especially like the Brooklyn Bridge sale of 1972. Do you know your friend sold the Brooklyn Bridge? Can you believe that? To a doctor in Boston named Levin. Of course, that doctor must have gone by the gas station, had his head pumped full of air every morning, but...
Look, all this has been settled in court. Unless you've got some new charges against me, can we stick to the fact that somebody made an attempt on my life?
I'm trying, Turner. I am really trying, but like I say, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Oh, let's write that one down, Lionel.
Okay, Turner. You want to go on telling me you're not involved in anything, and this attempted murder makes absolutely no sense. You want to tell me what you are involved in? Maybe I can work it up into some kind of lead. It's your skin, pal. Want to play it tight? I'll go down, I'll stumble around in the alley, pick up the rest of the lead, run it through ballistics, and wait for the next shot.
But I'm not involved in anything. You got my word.
Any guy who'd sell the Brooklyn Bridge is not the kind of guy whose word means a great deal. I will file the attempted 187. I will look around to see what I can come up with, but my hunch is I'm going to come up empty. The Sable Hill murder. You guys are really scraping the bottom. That case is over 40 years old. Everybody's deceased.
It's a hobby. It's just a hobby. It's a puzzle.
It's a neat case. A lot of twists. You don't get a good, lush killing like that anymore. Mostly nowadays it's junk. Like what we're doing here. Good night.
You know, I've ran across a lot of cops in my time, but this guy, Sergeant Bogart, he takes the kitty litter.
You sold the Brooklyn Bridge? I thought that was a joke.
What? Oh, no, it's not a joke, Lionel. Matter of fact, it's a very hot con. You know, I'd have preferred not to use the Brooklyn Bridge, but I was in Brooklyn at the time, and con...
Look, E.L., I think we have to find out what's going on. I think we should take it to Lieutenant Laws. Tell him. Maybe he could help us. Maybe he could pull a few strings in the department.
I've had all the crummy cops I can take for one night. Lionel, we are detectives. Can't we solve this ourselves? Please, don't bring in some old gummy guy smelling of Vicks who's just going to give me another rendition of what we just heard.
You don't know him, E.L. He's terrific and sharp. Maybe he could help us figure it out. Never hurts to get another mind on it. Besides, we don't know what's going on, do we?
Okay, fine, okay. In the morning, all right?
Okay, we'll sleep here tonight. We'll take watches. One of us should always stay awake to make sure that the killer doesn't try to take you here in the office.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting out the old cannon, huh?
Yeah, That's right. We're not totally helpless.
No, just clumsy.
Not clumsy, just slipped. Trying to make you laugh, pick your spirits up, that's all.
It's not working.
It's easier to French kiss an alligator than to try and run the traffic lights on Sunset without getting stopped. But somehow Mark Savage had managed the short trip from Vine to the Polo Lounge without much trouble. She met him in the lobby, an overwhelming collage of sight, sound, and smell. Jasmine mixed with ash blonde and a figure that could get them up off the marble slabs at the morgue. Savage didn't trust her. He knew she'd tried to kill him once already. Have you missed me? She purred. Like a wrong turn on the freeway, he growled. Clear.
Sure.
Yeah.
What? No, not again!
Close, huh? She could have beat us to death with a cane.
I had a thought last night. What I was thinking was that, and don't laugh when I say this.
I'm
but
not gonna laugh, Lionel. I'll probably never laugh again.
Okay, what I'm thinking is that, and I know you're gonna laugh.
Come
and
on,
you're gonna
wasting
think this is
time
fun.
here.
Okay, my thought is, what if Mr. Laws and I have turned up something on the old Sable Hill murder? You're laughing. You're cracking up.
Hey,
You
look,
think this
Lionel,
is
they're
funny.
trying to kill me. They're not trying to kill you, right?
Do we know that? Do we really know that? I called Mr. Laws this morning when he snuck out for a paper, and he said that it could be Jiggs Durand because I found out where he was living. I questioned him a couple of mornings ago.
Look, would you please not make a U-turn into a 40-year-old murder case? all
Maybe
right?
they're trying to kill me, but they're just lousy shots.
Get serious.
I don't think we should ignore this. Jiggs is a violent and bitter person, and both Mr. Laws and myself may be in a great deal of danger right now. And as a matter of fact, I think we ought to go over right now and warn Mr. Laws.
Okay. Okay, I gotta put some mileage on this car anyway. I'm driving it for a Mercedes of Hollywood. It's a demonstrator. You like it? They can't sell it used unless it has 5,000 miles on it.
You're scamming this Mercedes-Benz?
You know, I'm really not in the mood for this. Would you get in the car, please, all right? Just get in the car. Besides, yours is probably wired like the nose cone of a missile. Get the keys. What are you doing? Would you come on?
Come here.
I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm on my way, all right? It's really turning into a cartoon.
Yeah, okay, so we left that dynamite for the cops to pick up the prints on. We'll certainly tell Lieutenant Laws about it. Wait till you meet him, E.L. He's a great guy. There's not a crime that got past him. Really sharp. 40 years in the force, he handled every tough case that came along. You'll love him, E.L. He's sharp as a tack, does not miss a thing. He'll really help us get to the bottom of these attacks. Talk about perseverance, 3 attempts in 24 hours. Look at this.
I don't know. Shot at the door. I went to answer it, and I shot right through it. It grazed me, and I went down. And I heard him running away. I went out. Came to a minute ago and heard you outside. Who's that?
Oh, Mr. Laws, yes. This is E.L. Turner, my partner. This is Lieutenant Laws.
Hey, you were lucky there.
Lionel, you know what you said to me this morning, and I think we got to consider that a real possibility now. I mean, obviously, we're onto something.
Yes, sir, I know, sir.
But what? I'll go wash up. Just be a minute.
Okay.
Some layout, huh?
Mr. Laws has everything in this case. He got all of his stuff back in the 40s out of public record rooms. When I got interested in this case, I looked him up, and we got everything out of storage and started reconstructing the case. We got all those old newspaper clippings, all the old files, everything.
You know, you might have something here, Lionel. I mean, you and Lieutenant Laws may have stumbled onto something. Who was that guy's name? The one who was in love with Sable Hill? Was it Jiggs Dugan?
Jiggs Durand. And listen to this, E.L. there was a gun found out at Hanson Dam, but there was never any fingerprint card made on it. Vern, what did you find out about that fingerprint card stuff I brought you?
Fingerprint card? What fingerprint card?
Yeah, you remember the lead I talked to you about. Jiggs Duran said that fingerprints were found on that gun they found out at Hanson Dam, and 3 good latents, only the card was never part of the official investigation papers. He had the name of the officer, Officer Kinney. You were going to find out if he was still around, remember?
You told me about that? I don't remember that. Boy, that's happening more and more these days, total blanks. You sure you told me that?
Yes, sir. You were going to go down to the department and check it out.
Yeah, well, now, but first, I think it's time we go pay another visit to Jiggs Duran. You got his address?
Yes, sir. The Georgiana Hotel on Main Street.
Good. Glad he ain't staying in no Sheraton. I don't believe I caught the name.
Yes, Mr. Laws. Remember, I introduced you. This is E.L. Turner, my associate in the detective firm.
Proud to know you. Vern Laws.
Right.
Used to be a detective myself.
I guess that makes us brothers. Yeah.
You done time, ain't you?
Here it comes.
Yeah. Boy's got those old jailhouse moves. You've been a guest to the state, ain't you, Mr. Turner?
This is amazing. How can you tell, Mr.
It's not so amazing, Lionel. You probably told him.
Yeah, I think maybe you did. And again, maybe not. Make no difference. Keep your nose clean now, do you, Mr. Turner?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Straight
Look, I
as
like
an
to do
arrow.
my own hedging here, Lionel. Thank you.
When I was on the force, I always said, give me a con any day for company. Cops and cons got the same language, same experience. Hey, boy, we're in the same game, just playing with different jerseys. Jiggs Duran, tried for you, tried for me. Let's roll on over there past that guy's britches. Hey, Edna. Edna, there's a man coming to fix the lock here. You'll see that he gets in, will you?
The only thing is, sir, I don't think he'll talk to you. Jiggs Duran said that he hates you. Hates you.
I don't blame him. Cut that boy a new place to sit down.
Well, he said that you beat him with a rubber hose trying to get a confession, and, well, sir, it didn't sound like you, and I'm sure he was lying, but,
He wasn't lying. Things was different back then. I'll compare the arrest records back then with now any day. Hell, time you read them their rights. Recommend a lawyer. Case finally gets into court. Everybody's stuck trying to remember how it all began in the first place. Back then, you booked them, beat them, tried them and fried them. All right, let's go.
Let's ride him, fried.
sir, I think the way to handle this is to sit down with Mr. Duran and talk with him. I think there's some subtle interrogation techniques that could be useful here. That's a rubber hose. What are you going to do with that?
He's not going to water the plants with it.
Mr. Laws,
40 years I've been looking for Jiggs Duran. You find him. It's good detective work. Real good. We've got that killer if we want him now. Time to settle an old score.
This guy has a handbrake. You better pull it.
Yes. Mr. Laws, please, this is against the law. You used to be a policeman. Surely you know that if you commit an assault, you'll go to jail for it.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about being old. Time becomes real abstract. Most you're going to get out of me is a year, maybe 2. Okay? You stay behind me. You're dead, sucker! Come back here! I'll get you! Come back here! Come back here! Get away.
You know, I hate to bring this up, but in case you haven't noticed, your friend's all over the highway.
Tenspeed and Brown Shoe will continue in a moment.
This is Jiggs Duran's pad, huh?
Yeah.
You should not have come down here without calling me, Vern.
Yeah, well,
What about these guys? What do you think? Are they involved?
The old duck's gonna sell us out. Better figure out a way to ditch that cannon.
Well, this is really disappointing. I thought he was something very different, and I can't believe he'd use a rubber hose.
Hey! Come here. Come on, now! I understand you're packing a rod, Whitney.
Officer Bogart, obviously somebody's trying to kill us, and I think we have the right to protect ourselves.
You ain't got no right to carry a concealed weapon. What about you, Jackson? You got a gun?
Not me, Jackson. I just dodged the bullets and danced at the funerals.
I love a smart mouth.
Well, I'm glad it works for you.
I'm taking off, Bill.
Okay, Vern, take it easy.
Lionel, you shouldn't ought to be carrying a weapon, not unless you're licensed to do so.
Well, thank you for that tip. We'll file it under gee whiz.
I got some advice for you, Turner. Maybe if you didn't leave such a wide trail of insults behind you, you wouldn't make such an attractive target. You ever think about that?
Mr. Laws, I'll be by your apartment later. I'm going to pick up all of my investigative materials.
Yeah, okay, Lionel, I suppose.
I'm going to check on that fingerprint card myself. I'm beginning to get some real strong hunches about that card.
Wait a minute. What card are we talking about here, Vern?
Mr. Whitney thinks there was a missing fingerprint card 40 years ago. He wants to dig around for it. We'll file that under gee whiz, too.
I suppose I'd take you guys downtown and climb all over you, but you know something? I'm just too tired. So I'll just keep the Rodney here and cut you loose. Go on. Go!
Sable Hill was where? At the photo session with Roclair or at the studio club at 11:15?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? You've been stuffing this turkey for 2 months and you don't know? Look, I'm taking a crash course here. Would you help me out? Give me your best guess.
I gave you my best guess.
But I wasn't listening when you gave me your best guess. I never listen when you rabble on about this case. Help me. Come on, huh?
Well, like I said, everything is pretty much just theory here. Most of these guys are dead, and so there's no way we can prove it.
Dead like, rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat, right?
Well, no.
No.
Roclair committed suicide in 46.
Uh-huh.
Colonel Steele had a car accident. He lost his brakes in the mountains coming back from a party in Malibu in the mid-40s.
People wonder how detective cliches get started.
Morgan Boston was her best friend. She wouldn't talk in the 40s, but she can't talk now. She was murdered by an old boyfriend in 47.
So, Sable Hill was killed in 1940.
May of 44.
44. So, all these guys went over the rainbow in the span of 2 years, all of unnatural causes.
Well, Lieutenant Laws and I entertained that theory very carefully, and we came to the conclusion that, yes, the deaths were exactly as reported.
You'll forgive me if I hold my applause.
Under the circumstances, yes.
So, you think that Jiggs Duran committed the murder?
Yes.
Eh?
Well, no.
No?
See, look.
What?
It was Jiggs Duran who told me about the missing fingerprint card. But if he committed the murder, then his prints were on the card and he'd be convicted. But the police department said that the gun had been wiped clean, so I don't know. I don't know.
Somebody or everybody is lying, my friend.
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
What? What you got? What you got? What you got?
Wait a minute. There was a lead here. It was never followed up, but Sable had a mysterious admirer, somebody who never came into the studio club. She always went out and met him in his car at the curb. Yeah, a night caller. Here it is. Here it is. That's right. They could never figure out who it was because she had a lot of visitors, and they figured maybe it was a famous politician or somebody.
So, Lionel, was Sable Hill a hooker?
What?
I mean, no, look at the picture you painted here. She was broke, but her rent was carried at the studio club. Oh, such she pays her back rent, so I was hanging out with a lot of showbiz biggies, such as Colonel Steele, and next thing you know is fine clothes, mink stoles, but still no movie parts. She could have been laying it out. I mean, you know, hooking. What do you think?
It's very interesting. It's very interesting. It's very, very interesting. I never thought of that, but how would we ever prove it?
We're running through police computers.
No. That stuff isn't in the computer anymore. The case is 40 years old.
Au contraire, my friend. It's an unsolved case. All open cases are kept in computers. Trust me on this.
Well, the police aren't going to want to run the case for us. I know that.
So we'll run it.
What do you mean, scam? Scam the police department?
Lionel, it'll be the high point of my career.
How are you going to do that?
Wait. Just give me 6 seconds of uninterrupted thought. Say, Lionel, I'd like to be in the Air Force.
So funny. What'd you buy?
Identification card.
Yeah, I like it. We can put on the aviator glasses and walk in with a model airplane. It can't miss.
Save your sarcasm for Sergeant Bogart. Insignias, man, insignias. That's the name of the game. Love it. Give me the identification cards out of the wallets. I'm afraid I can't divulge that. It's a matter of national security.
You'll have to see the watch, Commander.
I should certainly hope so. Can we do it now, son?
Captain Matthews, we have 2 Air Force MPs, a Colonel Arnold C. Wright and a Colonel Boyd Fuller. They say they're from the Pentagon. Captain Matthews, upstairs, second door on the right.
As you were, Sergeant. As you were.
Yes.
Yes, we're looking for
Captain Matthews. I'm Colonel Arnold C. Wright, and this is Colonel Boyd Fuller, Air Force Internal Security, Pentagon, attached to SCAB.
Whatever that is.
SCAB is actually Security Clearance Actuary Background Investigation. We need access to your computer room for about 5 minutes. Where is it?
Can I see your identification again?
Certainly can, Captain. Thought I showed it to you. Oh, by the way, do you have any aspirins? Colonel Fuller here's been experiencing a terrible headache ever since he left Virginia.
It's a blinder. Can I a couple of aspirin? Yeah.
Yes. Please, man. You know, we had this 8-hour turnaround in Paris, and I want to tell you, what, that air transport food, or it just gets in your system, you know, and it explodes like a grenade in the Russian air traffic. What thing?
You were going to show me those cards again?
Yes, right here you go, boy. Oh.
You dropped the aspirin.
I know I'm sorry, man. It's just its own war engine. But look, would you do something, boy? Pick up the aspirins. I better call General Keaton and check with him, tell him to hold up the transport at NORAC. Could I use your phone?
You use the phone. I don't believe you.
This is SCAB Team L2 on an open line to Team Captain. Right, Will Ho. The 16 code check, affirmative previous date, no contact, red system, Mark 7. Well, you better tell Bishop to shake a leg.
That's all of them.
We're 10 minutes over the holding pattern. Send the Scorpion to pick us up in a chopper. Ma'am, you are about as cute as a speckled puppy under a wagon. Now, you can see we're up the old flagpole here, and NSC is in a rip-roaring flap. Now, we're already in a code red. Now, we'd really appreciate it if we could go through those computers of yours. All we want to do is run 3 little names on your local LAs and get ourselves, we can look through some police records.
Computer room is in the basement. I'll call down to the operator. Her name is Gail.
Gail.
Why don't you just tell me what's going on?
Well, there's plenty going on, Captain Matthews. It should hit the papers about Wednesday. You read it, you'll know it.
Matthews, if you ever need a piece of info to the Pentagon, I owe you. Give us a blast.
Boyd, may we make it, please?
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Well, that was brilliant. The thing with the aspirin, I thought we were gone. Was that idea when we fooled her?
Change the direction. Wait, isn't that the guy who's always on the cover of your books?
Who? Him? Okay. piece of paper and pencil?
How come y'all are running this old murder case through the Vice records?
Not ours know the reason why, Gail. Ours is but to punch out the information, not ask a bunch of silly billy questions.
Doesn't rhyme, but we're sort of in a hurry.
You spend much time in L.A.?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do, quite a bit.
Well, I'm in the book. Gail Strickland.
Oh, I'm in the book, too. My name's Lionel Whitten.
But I thought he said your name was Colonel Fuller.
Oh, we all have our local ID. Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
Fort Worth. Ain't that something? Well, we better scramble. Code 6.
That's right. Peter Rabbit makes a touchdown at 0600, so Air Force code shattered.
Be cool. They walk out here kind of by and that's the whole thing, you know. Watch out for Bogart, too, okay?
Bogart! Get those guys! Get them! Get those guys! No! I'm fine! Get them! Get in here. Hurry. Okay, take off your jacket.
We're in a police station.
Let me think.
Think. We're in a police station. We're impersonating Pentagon officials. I told you I hate it. I didn't want to do this in the first place.
Man. Watch the door.
The door. What are you doing? What are you doing there? What are you
doing
doing
with that? Never mind. Just take off your tie. Put it around your head or something like that.
Take it off my
Yeah,
tie.
take this, man. Don't strap it up my
You're
shirt.
nuts.
Shut up!
I told you
Move it out.
I hated it. I hated
Easy, my hands back there.
Get me into this.
To do this thing. Ah, man, come on, Pancho, what's wrong with you? Come on, man. Hey, hold this thing up, man. They get somebody else to carry these things out. You know, they're always in the way. Come on, here, sit this thing. God, would you watch yourself? Hey, Pancho, watch yourself, man. What's wrong with you, man? They didn't pay you to do nothing. You come on the job, man, you mess up all the place. Man, put this thing down. Let me talk to you, man. Let me talk to you a minute, man. Get out of here.
See the printout. Son of a gun.
What?
I was right. Sable Hill did have a record in prostitution.
She did?
Yeah, and you never guess who the guy was who busted her.
Lieutenant Vernie Laws,
Vernie
March 6,
Laws,
1944. He was
right.
working the Vice Squad.
Right.
Wait a minute. 2 months later, though, when she was killed, he was in charge of a murder case working homicide. What's that, a coincidence?
Okay, for the skeptics among us, all right? He booted around the evidence until it was hopelessly snarled up. Beats Jigs Loran into silence, loses the fingerprint card, and probably kills off most of the witnesses.
You think he killed her?
Well, it would be the first time that your vice cop got hooked on a hooker.
That would explain why the case has been so hopelessly snarled up.
And then 40 years later, right, you come along. Here you are, 40 years later. I love it. And you go to your favorite pastime of solving all these classic cases. And old Vernon's stuck. He's got to go along with you because he knows you're going to solve the case with him or without him.
I'll bet his memory isn't faulty at all. I'll bet he's just been stalling.
Yeah, and I bet she's had you running around on a butterfly hunt most of the time.
Yeah, you know, there have been a lot of leads that he's given me that haven't led anywhere.
Say, buddy.
What?
Let me make a suggestion.
Yes.
I mean, it's just, just take something to think about.
What?
If we survive this mystery, would you change your hobby? Something like crossword puzzles, please.
And not try to solve the Black Dahlia?
Black Dahlia, right.
think it's a good idea coming back here.
Look, I want you to give me all the information that we have on that case. I think we may have something that'll nail Vernon Laws right to the wall.
What if the cops are here?
Cops? Come on, man. There's no way they could get here before us. Go on in. Go on.
What is it?
Is it clear?
Yes. Lionel Whitney speaking, president and owner-operator of Whitney Investigations. How may we help you?
Mr. Whitney, it's Jiggs Duran. I'm afraid for my life. I think Lieutenant Laws is trying to kill me. I need some help. Can you meet me?
Where are you?
Not here. Someplace where we won't be observed. Do you know where Handsome Dam is?
Of course, that's where Sable Hill's body was found back in the 40s.
Well, I'm out in that area now. Do you know the spot where they found her?
By the old boathouse.
In an hour.
Okay, let's go.
Cartwright and Miller, which one of you guys is Bogart?
He's behind us. You guys aren't from Hollywood Division.
Retro Squad. Listen, we got the evidence upstairs secured. We're gonna put it in a unit and send it over to SID. Look, don't go in the office upstairs, all right? Stay out of there. When Bogart gets here, tell him we're sending in the lab team.
All right, well, I'll sit on the door. What do we got here, a murder?
What we've got, Officer Jurgens, is one very damn sticky situation. I would suggest that you don't ask a lot of damn silly questions or I'll have you up on charges.
Charges? Oh, boy, Cartwright's some kidder. Come on, Cartwright, let's go. What are you doing? Don't do that again, all right? Let's get out of here. Come on. Come on. What are you doing? Leave that stuff in there. Hey! Come on! Come on! Hey! Hey! No. I don't want to hurt your feelings, nothing personal, but could you stand over there in that water?
Look, this could be a setup. Except for this, we're unarmed.
You can't be serious.
Dead serious. Come on.
Mr. Duran! Mr. Duran! Hello?
Hey, isn't there a subtler way, huh?
What do you mean subtler? Mr. Duran, hello? Like that?
Place is spooky, huh? Yeah. Look, maybe you should give me one of those,
You want one of these?
just in case. Oh, boy. It's getting more and more like a Saturday morning cartoon.
Mr. Duran?
He's trying to kill us all! You're dead! All of you!
Come here. Now?
Not yet.
Now?
No.
Now?
Let it burn down.
Let it burn down? Can I throw it?
No.
Now, do you see what the problem is? Yeah. Okay, let's try it again.
I'll throw it this time.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. let me throw it.
You're kidding. Ha! Well, come on, throw it. And...
All right?
Yeah. Didn't, that's all, folks.
Tenspeed and Brown Shoe will continue in a moment.
Okay, now wait a minute. Let me see here now. Let's say that the Black Dahlia wasn't where the police said she was, that she wasn't killed there at all. Boy, this is a mind twister. Sometimes it takes a while before a case gets straight in your mind. This mailman, for instance, he's dead, of course, said that when he delivered the mail to her house at 10:30, that she was there. Stick with me.
Lionel, did you get that gift I sent you? Huh?
Yeah, the crossword puzzle book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Now pay attention here. I got a lot of good stuff from the library.
Excuse me, buddy. I gotta go to the little boy's room. Hold that point, Black Dahlia. Good stuff.
You're excused. Lionel Whitney Investigations. How may we serve you?
Sergeant Bogart's office calling. Hold for Sergeant Bogart, please.
Whitney, this is Sergeant Bogart.
Yes, Sergeant. What is it?
I had a hunch you'd be messing around in more unsolved cases. I had the library give me a call. Let me give it to you straight, boy. I catch you messing around on the old Black Dahlia. I'm gonna get you buns. For playing around on an open police investigation. You got that, clown?
Yes, sir. I understand what you're saying, sir.
You mess around in this one, and I'm gonna get you. And my name ain't Sergeant Bogart.
Which, of course, it ain't.
Oh, come on.
Just came down here to get you to sign your statement, and what do I get? A bonus.
Hey,
Impersonating an officer.
Bogart, all I was doing was playing a practical joke. I'm a partner.
Let's work it out downtown.
Cartoons.
Next on Tenspeed and Brown Shoe.
Nice, huh?
For the lucky bridegroom, he's from where? The House of Donuts?
You married me off to a cleaning lady for $250,000?
What happened? You broke your leg.
Hey, you better watch out for the first step.
She is a Russian countess.
Best remembered by his regal words, you kiss her. I gotta get over to Fox.
Giddy, giddy guy.
Giddy, giddy guy.